Hi, I'm Gina. Welcome to my channel. I've got Elvis behind me to supervise this particular video. I'm going to talk about, first of all, go through my favourite Elvis songs. It's really hard out of all those songs to choose your favourites. But it's interesting to see how my favourites compare to other people's. Now, Mark over at Mark's Elvis for Everyone channel did a list a month or two ago of 40 songs, and I wrote them down, and he actually went into quite a lot of detail of why he chose each song. I'll go into some detail, but probably not as much as Mark. The other thing I did last night is make a comparison of what's on these CDs. I've said in another video, DVD, I meant CD. Elvis by request of the Australian fans, and Elvis's 50 top 10 Australian hits. And I find it really strange or interesting to see the variation. The Elvis Presley top 10 hits was done in 2010. Let's see, 2012, 2010. Well, the Elvis, the top 10 charts one goes from 56 to 77, so that's actually the charts. But the requests, these were made by the fans in 2012. So between the times that Elvis's songs were on the hit parade up till 1977, and how many years later, 25, 35, nearly 40 years later, after he died, and fans were asked to name their favourites, a lot of those fans that bought those records back in the 50s and 60s and 70s are neither longer with us, or they're old and didn't want to get involved in naming their favourites. So I think the people that entered the online thing to nominate their favourites in 2012 were probably a lot younger, a younger set of new Elvis fans, new by our standards anyway. So I came up with some statistics that the Elvis by request had 40 tracks on, and the top 10 Australian hits had 50 tracks on. 9 of the Elvis by request are pre-1960, so 9 out of 40 of the ones that were voted for, only 9 are pre-army, 31 are post-army. 23 of the songs in the 50 top hits were on the requested list, so 27 of the 50 top 10 requests, 27 songs from the 50 top 10 hits were not requested. So the older songs aren't as popular with the newer fans. There were 17 songs requested by fans that didn't even get into the top 10 between 1956 and 1977. And some of those songs, the reason why is because they weren't on singles, so naturally they didn't get into the top 10. So they've got these variations. Another interesting thing I found, Hound Dog didn't get into the top 10. I'm really surprised. This is the top 10 Australian hits on charts. Didn't get into the top 10, and it wasn't requested on Elvis by request. Hound Dog? What? But then again, I don't think I put him down as a favourite either. So it's well known, but it wasn't necessarily popular. And Don't Be Cruel didn't get into the top 10 charts, which surprised me. Maybe back in the day in Australia, people were still getting used to Elvis. Heartbreak Hotel made it, but I'm just surprised that Hound Dog and Don't Be Cruel didn't get into the charts back then. So 14 out of the 17 that didn't get into the top 10 50 hits weren't released here on singles, so of course they never got, I've just said that. Anyway, having said all that, I'll go through my favourites and talk about why. Let me see. Okay. I couldn't put them in order from 1 to well, I only chose 30, I think. Yeah, 30. I couldn't get 40. I just got too confused. I'll put them in chronological order. Basic chronology, because I couldn't decide which are my favourites out of the early ones and the later ones. So I'll go through them. Heartbreak Hotel, well, really that has to be an Elvis fan's, every Elvis fan, one of their favourites. It was his first million seller. The echo, the unusual sound, the way he sang it, everything. It's got everything going for it as far as an Elvis record goes. Love Me Tender and Loving You, well, they're not always terribly popular with people for a number of reasons. I love them because I'm sentimental. Yeah, and just the way he sang them at the time, there was just so much feeling in them. I Want You, I Need You, I Love You. I remember when I first heard that, I just loved it. I played it and played it and played it, and I nearly cried over the way he sang it. He's, you know, Elvis's voice, sometimes he just sounds like he's about to cry himself. It just really got to me. Too Much, love that. I love the beat, I love the way Elvis sings it. It's upbeat. I Need Your Love Tonight is another one where he sings his heart out to this woman, and I need your love tonight, I've got to have you. Oh, wow, wish it was me. And One Night, again, raunchy stuff. Whoa, One Night of Sin. No, sorry, One Night with You. Dixieland Rock, I love when he did that in King Creole, with the way he sang it, and, you know, sort of Dixieland Rock, and, just these movements. Jailhouse Rock, the same. What have I got? I've got crosses here on Elvis request. Oh yeah, okay, let's go. Heartbreak Hotel, Love Me Tender and Jailhouse Rock were on the Elvis by Request CD. The other ones weren't. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, again, Jailhouse Rock. The scene in the film and everything is terrific, unforgettable. Playing for Keeps, again, I love the feeling that he puts into his voice. I Believe, Peace in the Valley, You'll Never Walk Alone, Swing Down Sweet Chariot, and How Great They Are. Well, most of the fans love his various ones of his gospel songs, but I Believe, Peace in the Valley, I love the feeling that he puts into them. Peace in the Valley and How Great Thou Art were on the Elvis by Request CD. Are You Lonesome Tonight? He'll be getting into the post-army records now. That was on the Elvis by Request CD. Yep. Love that, always loved that. I remember when it came out in the hit parade, and again, you just couldn't wait to hear it and I just love the talking. That was the first time apart from his movies, the first time I'd heard him talk in a record, and I just loved the way he talked. Surrender, another favourite of mine. Didn't get into the top 40, top 40 by request. It's Now or Never Did, and again, I love that. Again, sentimental value, because I've always loved the song and the way he sings it, and especially seeing him in person sing it makes me love it even more when he was in San Francisco. Reconsider Baby, Such a Night, and Fever. Well, I mean, the Elvis Is Back LP has just got everything going for it. I'm sure some of you will agree with me. None of those songs were on the top favourite, the 40 top favourites, the ones voted. Yeah, Elvis by Request, they weren't requested. Little Sister, Make Me Know It, again, great guitar work, great vocals by Elvis. I just really love those. They're real great dance music. I Can Help. Now, I always loved that song by Billy Swan. I've had the single for a long time, and then when I found out that Elvis had recorded it, wow, I was wrapped. I just love that song. Kentucky Rain, yep, another great song, the way Elvis sings it, the backing, the whole lot. Love Letters, another favourite of mine, sung by Kitty Lester. I've always loved her version, and again, when Elvis sang it, just loved it. I'll Remember You, beautiful, beautiful song from Aloha Hawaii, Aloha Concert. My Way, If I Can Dream, American Trilogy. Yeah, I think they're on everybody's list of favourites for reasons that you don't have to explain, do you? So, 11 songs on the By Request CD. This CD are on my list of 30 favourites. 7 of Mark's songs are on my list. Only 7 out of his 40. Yeah, so that's pretty much my list of songs, favourite songs. Mark's, yeah, got a complete. Oh no, yeah, he could Make Me Know It. What a Mark! If I Can Dream, Gospel Memory, Judy, I've Got to Know, Good Luck Charm, Make Me Know It. And it was funny because when I read Mark's list or heard him when he gave it over his channel, I thought, Make Me Know It. I know the song, let's play it again. And when I played it again, I added it to my list. Matter of Time, Burning Love, Run On is the song, and Swing Down Sweet Chariot. Too Much, again, another one that he chose. Such a Night. Yeah, there's a few actually on here that maybe I miscounted that. Said there's more than 7. Maybe not, but yeah, it's an interesting exercise. I'd like to know. I'd like to hear what other fans say about their favourite songs and why they've chosen them. Will I review a book? Yeah, look, that was a pretty short session, so I might go through some of these books. Actually, I'll go through the magazines. That'll be a bit quicker. I'll get this out of the way. Okay, the Mojo, the Music magazine, April 2002. I'm just going to get this out of the way, sorry. Otherwise I'm going to knock something off the table. I'm going to turn the camera around and focus on it because I can't. Holding it up annoys me because I never know what it's got in the viewfinder. So, sorry, Alf didn't knock you over, did I? No, okay. So, let's go. Mojo magazine. Great cover shot. Like that. Elvis on page 70. Let's go straight to page 70. We're not interested in the rest of it. Okay. White Riot. It just goes on to the beginnings of Elvis. Let me see. In 21 Spades Special, Mojo looks at the singer's dizzying ascent and tortured decline. Okay. Starting with Colin Escott's tale of how the laid-back, God-fearing hoodlum dragged a staid country label RCA into the rock and roll age. It's got some really good photos in this. It's quite a good article actually. Or several different writers contribute to it. So that's a well-known one. Ed Sullivan and Elvis, with the Elvis LP. Looking for trouble. Elvis came from the south, oozing sex, white trash bravado and too much pomade. But hell, everyone was like that in Memphis. Wow. Young punk. High school Elvis. Gee, I wish I'd known that. Oh, it's impossible, isn't it? Okay, that's an interesting shot. Beale Street, Memphis in the 1950s. Or mid-50s, yeah. Elvis in court. Elvis with some DJs. Some other early shots. That's a great shot. Just like his ass. Oh. Enter the Dragon. In the early 70s, Elvis took on the Beast of Las Vegas with a mean-assed backing group and a neat line and ludicrous stay. Excuse me. Amid an orgy of guns, pills and extramarital affairs lurked the tedium of a crushing routine and a profound inner loneliness. You know, I wonder about this. People going about the tours and the Las Vegas things, but Elvis loved entertaining. He loved being out there for his fans. And how much did he hate and how much did he love? I don't know. I think people exaggerate things. Good photos. These Strictly Elvis have certain, I think, singers and entertainers in England that they interviewed for their opinion about Elvis. Elvis and Glenn Campbell. Elvis and Sammy Davis Jr. That's a good. I haven't seen that shot before. Elvis and the Colonel. Elvis and the President. Okay. Yep. Elvis and Lisa. What's there? Ha! That's a cute shot. Walking around the Graceland Gardens with Lisa. Nick. And that's another. I haven't seen that shot before. Elvis and Linda and Red West. Yeah, so, World of Pain, what's this? Elvis 70s output contained some of the King's finest and most intense moments. You gave me a mountain, I shall be released. What's this? Informal fragment from RCA's 1971 session. Amazing Grace, Tomorrow Never Comes My Way, Wash My Hands in Muddy Water, Men with Broken Hearts, Walk a Mile in My Shoes. Patch it up way down when the snow is on the roses. Yeah, so just journalists comment on certain records that Elvis made. Right, the next magazine or thing I'll show you is this program from the In Concert tour of 2006. Gee, I wish I had gone to some of these things. Oh, they're in Melbourne, and they'll never be the same again because you haven't got the TCB band anymore. But oh well, here's what it is. Okay, let's get that glare of the kitchen light off it. Okay, Juiccio, Myrna Smith, James Burton, Ronnie Tutt, Glenn Hart and Jerry Schiff. That was In Concert. And we've got it right up about the show, the cast, I suppose. Then you've got Elvis and his bandmates through the years. So yeah, some very, very good shots in this nice glossy paper too, so worthwhile picking up. Obviously whoever left this down at the antique market must have gone to one of those shows, and well, you don't know how they end up, don't you, do you, in op shops and antique markets. Kirkham. Yeah, wow, some really, really great photos. Fun, the fans getting up on the stage. Concert tours. Great shot. Yeah, he looks good with a black background, yeah, the dark background and spotlight on him, doesn't he? And those great shots, black and white shots too. Oh. Mutter. Stage 1970, Vegas rehearsals 70, on stage 72, tour 1970, on stage 72. Elvis Presley In Concert production credits 2006, and more photos. Photographs from the Aloha from Hawaii special. Elvis.com. Bit of advertising there, or information. And last photo on the back cover. Oh, this is the back cover. Aloha from Hawaii. So, yeah, a really good. I'd love to see other programs from other shows. If they're all as good as that, they'd certainly be worth keeping. Okay, I'll turn this off, and then I'll set up the 3 books I've got to do a review of those, because I'm going to set them up in a separate way. And what I'm going to do is play one of my new CDs in the background. A little less conversation, Gina. Catch you later. Bye.